Yes, I don't know.
Hello everyone, second session in our energy Amin, you have the word.
Okay. Because I'm sorry that I just stopped because I can't hear you, Rebecca, very well. I don't know what's the problem, but I just started. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you, Rebecca, for introducing me. It's my great pleasure to be here. My name is Amin Shokri Gazafroudi, and I am a project innovation manager at STROMDAO. Today, I will talk about energy communities with OpenEMS, a conceptual perspective. So in the beginning, I will start the presentation with introduction about the energy communities. Then I will continue the presentation to describe energy community players and energy management structure. Then I will close the presentation with energy community based on OpenEMS. So as you may know that after restructuring in electricity markets, new players have been appeared, such as a generator company, Genco, distribution companies, discos, retailers, aggregators, and so on. So if we want to divide the electricity market to two parts, as a wholesale and retailing part, in this presentation, we'll focus on the retailing part. That totally here we just call resellers, that consists of aggregator, retailers, and other related players, and we have the end users that includes prosumers, producers, consumers as in the bottom layer of distribution network. But let's see more details about what happened and in this area totally. So then in the retailing part, as you can see that we have different players, different consumers, such as household consumers, commercial and industrial. Moreover, we have prosumers, as you may know that they are equipped with PV panels, and also they can be equipped with batteries, so they can produce and consume electricity. That's so-called prosumers. And moreover, we have distributed energy resources and also energy storage system. That all in all, based on the platform and framework that can be defined, they can make energy community. That also in the literature and in the different projects, you can hear that different names for that. And one of the names is the local community or local energy community. But let's focus and just use this term in this presentation, energy community. And moreover, energy community, totally they will be able, to transact energy with external players out of the energy community and wholesale market. But depends on energy management approach that we choose for the energy community. We can have, if we have the cluster of the players for manage the energy of them inside the energy community, we can have aerial energy management system that then the aggregator or reseller that we define can be in charge of that to manage their corresponding energy. But if we have the just a centralized approach, it can be central or decentralized, but let's say that centralized, I mean that to manage all of them with one community in one layer, then we have the local energy management system that you can see here. So, but it's just the beginning of the story, of course. So we have different players in the local energy community. So here, as an example of the bottom layer in customers, we have prosumers as independent decision maker, that each of the prosumer, they can manage their own energy. And moreover, which is very important, they should be able to participate in the energy committee based on optimal bidding and offering data that we call it, they use, bidding a strategy. And we have local electricity markets that in the local electricity market normally now define two different electricity commodities, so-called energy and flexibility. That this energy and flexibility can be transacted in the local electricity market based on two totally approach. That's so-called distributed or decentralized, which another name that you hear about that is peer-to-peer, and also centralized, which is called community-based. And moreover, we have distribution system operator, of course, that is in charge of monitoring distribution network and also check security constraint and avoid congestion in the distribution network. So as I say that we have different players that I introduced about them. I talk about them, introduce them. We have consumers, producers, prosumers, and energy storage system. We have then local energy community operator and distribution system operator. And we have resellers that is in charge of managing each cluster of the end users in the system. So, how the shape of this energy management structure could be? So totally, when we talk about energy community, so normally we are looking for a bottom-up approach. So that was the difference between the energy community and the demand response that we had it before. So in the bottom-up approach, it means that from the bottom to up, we have the hierarchy of decisions. So firstly, in the bottom layer of the system, we have the end customers and end users that first they make decision that how they want to trade to the players in the higher level or trade with other players, with other end users in the bottom layer of the system. Then we have the decision making of resellers, and then at the top, we have the decision making of the energy community operator. So let's go here then. So just as an example, we have homes and resellers and local energy community operator. So then here, in the first step, we have homes that they want to have their own energy management system. Let's go inside of that. Then in the home, just consider we have different residential devices such as battery, space heater, surge water heater, mass transfer services. So these names are chosen because to represent different type of loads that we can have. In general, we can have three different type of loads as controllable loads. Then the other loads that we can say that they are shiftable, such as a surge water heater and battery and so on. And moreover, it is a mass transfer services that we cannot control them, and just they bring with their uncertainty in the energy management system. So then in the system that we use for manage energy in the home, that we call home energy management system, we should act in a way to shift the loads and make optimal decision to maximize the profit or minimize the costs. Or in general, we can say that maximize social benefit or social welfare, but that for that household. And also there are some input that they come from the smart meter, of course, from the energy community, and we have the information system provided to sense all other variables and parameters around. So totally then in the home energy management system, we have two layers. The first layer, we have the prediction engine, that based on the prediction engine, based on the data received, we have the stochastic scenarios or interval bands that based on that, home energy management system can make decision that how to manage its own energy production and demand, and then how to participate in the local energy community or have the peer-to-peer transaction with other homes in the neighborhood. That all in all can be possible by OpenEMS as a home energy management system in the bottom layer of the system. So let's go back to our structure. So then, as you can see that then in the second layer, we have that based on decision that made here, each home can have a transaction with other homes or based on bidding a strategy with the reseller or local energy community operator. it is noticeable that normally what happened in the transaction between home and reseller could be based on time of use or feed-in tariff. And the bidding strategy more related to how they offer and bid to the local energy community operator. In the second layer, then we have the reseller. That in the reseller, they react to the signal they receive in the bottom layer from the homes, and based on that, they make decision that what signal back to the homes, or then how to transact energy with other resellers, and also local energy community operator. But here you can see that flexibility is the key point here, because flexibility is defined normally as an electricity commodity that helps to keep balancing the system, the distribution network, and also avoid congestion in distribution network. So based on what we define up to now, that then how OpenEMS normally then can help. So first we define about that. We define that we have a home energy management system, that you can see that in this structure, again, the bottom layer of the system, we have home energy management system. But you can see that here, one of the players just, we cannot see, it is resellers. So in the second layer of the system here, that we have directly local energy management system, that based on the OpenEMS, it can helps to make the connection between what happened in the HEMS in the bottom layer, then in the upper layer in the OpenEMS LAMP that here we have, which is a very important here. So normally this type of structure can be called, of course, it is decentralized decision making in the bottom layer of the system, but it is some we can call it centralized structure. Another structure that we can have is that first we have we have HEMS in the system, then we have the resellers, so that each reseller is responsible to manage the energy in its own region and with corresponding end customers. So then here, for each of reseller, we have the aerial energy management system, and then in the third layer of that, we can have local energy management system. So totally this structure, so-called decentralized for local energy community. So but it is thus noticeable that it is not limited to this structure, and based on the regulatory of each country, I mean, and also each project aims, it can be different. But it is the more generalized application that we can show that in some. Thank you so much. If you have any question.